Hello everyone, welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. So today we're going to make this card. So I had a friend that I'd visited and she showed me a card that someone sent her. So I looked at it and worked it all out and copied it, and I have come up with my version of what she showed me. So I've just done a couple of mock ones here to see how they all went. So if we look at it, so that's one side, that's the other. So to do it, it's a never-ending card. So we're going to fold the sides in, flip the top up, and now you have a Christmas tree. Hence, we're going to call it a Christmas tree infinity or never-ending card. Then if you flip up the base, flip out the sides, and do that. So there you go. Quite cute, very different. I didn't realise there were so many ways to do infinity cards. So, and here's the other one I did. So this is just another one that I was mucking around with, trying to work out how it was all done. And that's that. So you can have either as the front, totally up to you. Work out which way you want to do it, and which panels you want to have your greetings or sayings on. Anyway, let me show you how I have done these. So I'll get a ruler and a card. So the card itself is 6 by 6 inches. So that's 15.2 centimetres square, or 6 inches square. Then to start with, measuring 1.5 inches, we're going to put some little dots there, then measure 1.5 inches and put a dot there, and then 1.5 inches in, put another dot there. So we're going to do that on all four corners. So I'll do this one. So we have 1.5 inches that way, 1.5 inches that way. I'll give you the measurements in centimetres in a minute. And 1.5 inches to there. So if you do working in centimetres, or millimetres, 3.8 centimetres, or so 38 millimetres. So you do that all the way around. So on your four corners. Now, if you have a scoreboard, you can use a scoreboard. If you don't, just use a ruler and a blunt-ended tool. So I'm using this one. It's got the little ball thing on the end. And we're going to score from those dots to the next dot. So we'll line that up, putting a bit of pressure and just making a score line. So we're going to do that on each corner, like so. So I've done that already on the other corners. And then on one of them, go all the way across. So lining up your dots. And we're going to score one all the way along. Okay, now what I've done here, so you can see it, so I've done a drawing. So we're going to score on the blue lines, there and there, and then on the bottom one, we're going to score all the way across. Now where you've done your scoring on the bottom one, at the halfway mark on the score line, put a little dot at 3 inches, or if you're working in centimetres, it'll be at 7.5 centimetres. Okay, so from there, we're now going to do some cutting. So we're going to cut the corners. So where the red lines are, we're cutting. And then we're going to use a blade knife, craft knife and a ruler to cut on other places as well. So now I'll do that. So to start off with, going with your complete bottom line at the bottom, put your craft knife on that corner, line that up with the dot at the bottom, and cut. And then from the other corner, again, down to that bottom piece and cut. So that will give you that triangle. Then from that corner to this corner, we're going to do another cut. So lining up your dots and whoops, try again. Oh, don't do that. I've gone on an angle and cut. So that will then give you this. So that is now your base card. Okay, so that's doing that. So again, I'll just bring in this so you can see. Don't do what I did. You can see there, I've actually made an error there and I accidentally slipped with my knife. So try and avoid that so that you end up with that. So if I bring this in again, I'll just show you again. So your blue lines are score lines. Your red lines are cut lines. And so then that's also cut from there to there. So by doing that, that will now enable you to fold your card like so. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my, again, if you want to, going from corner to corner, you can cut these out like so, like that, or if you've got one of these little guillotines, just line it all up and cut out your corners that way. And if you don't have any of those, you can just get some scissors and cut from corner to corner that way. So that is then the shape you will end up with. Now I've done that all on a white card so you can see what I'm doing. The actual card I'm making is going to be on a green card. So I've done all the markings on this so it's easier to see. Now we'll pop that aside. And the next thing we're going to do is make up some templates. Okay. So this particular piece is 2 3/4 inches by 4 1/8 of an inch, or 10.5 by 7 centimetres. Then with a ruler, mark your centre point at the bottom, which is 1 3/8 of an inch, or 3.5 centimetres. Better check I've got that right. Yes. And then on each side from the top, measure down 1 1/2 inches and put a little mark. So that's 1 1/2 inches from the top down to the sides, or 4 centimetres. Then cut away this line here so you get that shaped piece. So you need to do 2 of those. So I'll just pop on there by 2. So you're going to do 2 of those. So you can make up the template and use that as a guide, or you can just cut them separately. So 2 pieces that look like that. I'll leave that one there. Then cut 2 pieces that are 2 5/8 by 2 3/4 of an inch, or 6.6 by 7 centimetres. So cut 2 of those. Then on one of them, from the right corner, measure in 1 3/8 of an inch, or 3.5 centimetres, and then cut away from that mark to the bottom left corner. And then on the other piece, from the left side, measure in 1 3/8 of an inch, or 3.5 centimetres, and then cut from that mark to the bottom right corner. So you will end up with pieces like that. Now you will need to do that 2 times. So that's to go here and here, and then here and here. So you need to do 2 of those. It's up to you whether you use the same papers or different papers. So I'll leave that there. Then you need to cut 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 1 1/4 inch, or 7 by 3.2 centimetres. And that is for these pieces at the bottom. And then you need to cut 4 pieces that are 1/4 of an inch square, or 3.2 centimetres. And then you're going to cut them from one corner to the other, so you end up with triangles. And they will sit on those little corners. Okay, so there's 2 of those, 2 of that shape, and 2 of that shape, 4 of those, and 2, I'll just write times 2 of those. They're all your layers to go on the card. So now we're going to attach them to the card. Now I've already started some here to save a bit of time. The one thing I do suggest though, this piece here, which on these ones, these bottom rectangles, don't do them until last, so that you know you're going to get them the right way. I will show you what I mean shortly. So now we'll attach all these pieces. So I've got some glue here. So you can glue or double-sided tape, whatever you prefer. I'll just pop some on there. So the glue I'm using is all-purpose art glue. This is a Couture Creations glue. It's a pretty quick grab glue. Now, if you're using directional paper like this particular one, you need to make sure that you're cutting them the right way. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, so, and now these 2 will go on here. Again, if you're using directional paper, make sure you've got them cut the right way. And this one here. And we'll pop that into place. Now, when I cut out my little triangles, I actually put double-sided adhesive on the back just to make it a little bit easier to attach. See if I can pull the backing off it. Oh, no, whoops. Try again. Get a pin to see if I can get the backing off it. While I'm doing this, I'll just let you know that I do have a Facebook group called Cardmaking for Beginners and Beyond. I will add the link in the description, and if you'd like to join, you're more than welcome. Just click on the link to join, answer the question, and come and share your creations with like-minded people. I'm having a lot of trouble. It doesn't normally take me this long to get the backing paper off. Oh, you know what? I'll just glue it. I'll sort it out later. And we'll just pop that onto there. Okay, so that's that side done. Now I've already done the other side. Now the reason I mentioned the directional paper, underneath this one I have got the same one, but it was upside down. I'll show you what I mean. So when we fold the card, we're going to fold it that way, then that way. Now when I did it originally, I had this one upside down. So I've done another one and I've stuck it over the top of the existing one. And this here, I have just fussy cut a little piece out and stuck it on. Now the reason I suggested doing this, once you've folded your card into this position, then add this if this is where you want to put your greeting, so you know you've got it the right way up. I did another one that I had done, I accidentally put this on upside down. So I made a lot of errors trying to work this out, but I managed to work them all out. So I'm passing on my knowledge there. So directional paper, make sure you've got the paper the right way. If you're putting your greeting here and it's got to be directional, fold your card to that place, then attach that. And then we're going to tuck that up and fold them out to be back to the start. So there it is. So easy, really. Very clever. So and there's the other side. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please do give me the thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe to be notified when I have more tutorials, please feel free to do so. And thank you for joining me, and do feel free to join my Facebook group. I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.